All right, here we go. It's another World Cup playthrough, and this morning we are playing Bellaraine from Grovey. So Grovey doesn't do contests often, but when he does, he tends to do pretty well. He won the CC contest a couple years back, so let's see what he's got for us. Um, so he suggests black tees for longer hitters, gold tees for shorter hitters. Black tees still play well for all, albeit tougher. So yeah, we'll stick with black tees, even though we're using a 281 driver. Other notes: bunkers intersect some textures, but was done intentionally and with precise care, inspired by St Andrews Beach in Australia, where the same thing occurs. Okay, so we're gonna play pin two. I don't think I needed to change any settings. Okay, so wide open playing corridor here. Looks like, yeah, another hole coming back the same way. But you can see the green opens up from the right where he put a bunker. So yeah, it looks like the bunker texture's cut right into the fairway. A little downhill. Right, so this is a flat hole, which, is inherently less visually dramatic, but he still managed to get the relevant parts of the sight line here, right? You can kind of see the bunkers peeking up. You can kind of tell that there's another hole in the distance. Oh, we disappeared behind a ridge. Okay, so we got to come in over the bunkers there. Pins in the back, though. We got plenty of green to work with. Yeah, pump your fist when you miss the green, idiot. Okay. Yeah, so green kind of goes back left to front right. So you see there's ample width there in the fairway to let you play for an angle. Not a backbreaker of an opening hole. Fairway's got plenty of waves and ripples in it, but it looks good. Um, it doesn't just look like it doesn't look haphazard. Okay, so this is a more or less a three-shot par five, certainly for me. But we got a little bit of a helping wind, so maybe we get lucky. We can probably hit one into the chipping area on the right there. Yeah, so we can make the carry here. We got a little helping wind. All right, so we did make it in two. I don't know. I guess the if just kind of bailing out does seem kind of easy to do here. I don't think that really leaves me with all that difficult a shot. I suppose if the pin's on the opposite side of some of these ridges, then yeah, it could be a tricky chip from over there. Did we get it there? No. All right, routine two-putt bird. Okay, so we got a spacious fairway here. I mean, it looks like it's got some serious contour to it. Yeah, so it looks like there's a high left side and a low right side. So if you kind of play to the right, you're probably got like an uphill shot over the bunker there. Okay, green's got a big ridge in it in the middle. But yeah, sculpting looks pretty nice. All right, now we got to deal with the centerline bunker. After being able to stretch out for 3 holes, now we've got like we got to fit a drive in here if we want to go left. Well, the pin's in the back, so I think I might take my chances going right here. I don't want to. You can see that you have a high left side. You're gonna have a much better angle in. I think I'm gonna chicken out and play safe here. All right, Well, I got a little more level lie than I expected, but this looks pretty intimidating. 205 uphill over that bunker. When the pin's up front, I would definitely consider going left, though. Yeah, green slope's kind of back to front, right to left. But yeah, just kind of fits, and we're starting to actually hit. The first few holes were fairly on flatter terrain. We're starting to make a little bit of a climb here, I think. Alright, now we head back down the hill. I'm guessing if it's playing downwind, you got to worry about running into those bunkers. Oh wow, now that thing runs out quite a bit. Ah, we just missed the green. Yeah, so the green kind of slopes sort of front to back a little bit. Looks like it's kind of sitting in a saddle, like at a saddle point almost. I'm still processing the planting there. It looks, I don't know. I know, like, I guess I'd have to see what the. I'm not very familiar with what, you know, type of vegetation you'd get in this setting, like having kind of barren ground there. I suppose that probably makes sense. The low trees kind of the low trees kind of also make sense too. Right, it's probably like a windy locale, and so you don't really have tall trees all over the place. Okay, so we got a long par 3. I think we just want to kind of park one on the middle of the green here. Or pull it left, we could do that too. you might have made the front of the green a little more hospitable to a run up here. I mean, I'm just looking at the sculpting of the fairway. It looks like it just is going to kick it dead right. I don't know. Maybe you need to land it over the bunker on the left to get it to kick on. That could be. Curious to play this hole to a front pin. Okay, so we've got a green that's got all kinds of short grass around it. Looks like we got a bunker that long left there to keep us honest. But yeah, we can, notice how we can you can just see everything though. Hey John, yeah, I'm doing pretty well. We've just got 2 more of these to do. We're going to be caught up after this one, although hopefully we have more publishes coming this weekend because the deadline is tomorrow. Alright, pin's right in the middle of the green, so I'm curious what Grovey's got cooked up for us with this pin. Well, I think technically we're 6 we have 6 left, but we're definitely not going to get all 6. I'm confident in I'd say 3 or 4 of those 6. Interesting. I'm curious what the thinking was on this pin placement because it does feel kind of like just in the middle of the green. I mean, I guess it's not that big a green, so you gotta put 4 pins somewhere. Hmm. I hit that too hard. Alright, here we go back up the hill. Long par 5. Looks like we're into a bit of a wind. So, probably looking at a 3-shotter here. So I think we can just kind of... Well, it probably makes sense to play driver here because then we can get past all those bunkers. It looks like they're kind of there, sort of like a visual guidepost, kind of like some of the Mackenzie bunkering you see at Royal Melbourne. Oh yeah, this is definitely understated, which is kind of Grovey's bread and butter. Huh, I guess we couldn't make the carry. I should have laid up. Oh well. Alright, so if we kind of play safe out to the right, I'm guessing we gotta hit it over some... I don't know if that's just like the corner of a hill or something. Yeah, it looks like you'll have to hit it over the trees. Okay, so this is the first hole where we've really kind of ventured off the beaten path. See if we get over. Ah, we caught some foliage. Yeah, don't go right on that hole, kids. But yeah, this green is kind of stands apart from some of the others in that it's like, in this like sort of grove of trees. Kind of like we're venturing into a slightly different part of the property that's a little more densely vegetated. All right, I'm gonna try and avoid using the splash. It's just too overpowered. So let's see if we can use some ground game here. Nope, we can't. Yeah, the whole a lot of the holes just kind of seem to fit the land really well. Okay, well, I don't think I want to come up short here, so I think I'm just gonna go deep on this one, I think. All right, yeah, that was pin high, so all right, so you got little bits of red that kind of define these different pin positions. Um, yeah. I know you mentioned the bunkers kind of being cut into different surfaces, but I mean, it hasn't really, nothing is really sticking out like a sore thumb or anything. It's not like, Heisenberg's course where the bunkers are really kind of in your face. Okay, so we got a short par four. I think this is we haven't really seen many of these yet. So it looks like you can the fairway really pinches down there if you want to kind of bomb it over that. .357. So as far as I can tell, this is more of an out and back. Well, not out and back, but it doesn't have returning nines. All right, so where can we put a 3-wood here? I think, yeah, I don't think we won't run out of room if we go with the 3-wood here. So, um, I'm not sure. I think if we play down the middle, we should be fine. A lot will depend on what he's done with the green here. Okay, so there's a big fall off left. Alright, we're kind of in between clubs, but I think I'm going to go with the lob wedge. Okay, yeah, so if you end up clearing that bunker, you end up down in that like little hollow there. And that gives you potentially an awkward flop depending on what kind of number you have, I think. If the pin's up in the front, you probably don't want to be coming in from the right side. I'd always appreciate kind of a short par 4, because sometimes folks kind of oscillate wildly between like 290-yard par 4s and then like 490-yard par 4s with not many good holes in between. So okay, so now we got a short par 3, slightly uphill, skinny green. That's a terrible swing. Yep, you can tell missing long is not, you're not doing yourself any favors here. I don't know, if I had any kind of minor criticism here, I might say that the bunkering in the front of the green looked a little, I mean, that's kind of the dominant visual feature off the tee. I thought the bunkers you could have maybe done a little more with the bunkers there, just in terms of making them look a little more imposing, you know, without completely diverging from the scheme you've been using. Alright, I think we just gotta loft this and let it trundle down there. Okay, so now we got a dogleg right that kind of sweeps around this sort of low area on the right. We got some bunkers built into the hillside. Just sits really nicely on the ground. Can we make the corner? Yes, we can. Alright, so by not really, we kind of pulled our drive a little bit, so that didn't really leave us with a chance of getting there, so I think we gotta play for position here. it looks like we want to be right, just based on how the green is bunkered. I think something I'm finding is that if you when like with Adam's courses, since the vibe since the course itself is so understated, like it kind of puts me in a mindset where I'm able to appreciate all the little subtleties a little, more than I might otherwise. All right, this isn't going to get back there. I think we gotta club up a bit here. Yeah, the green's really well protected in front. Back pins and this little funnel. And we see the ocean. I kind of like how it's almost as if it feels like as if he's saying, "Yep, that's your ocean view. Now we're back to the golf. That's what you're here for." Okay, so we got a wide fairway. Looks like there's plenty of humps and bumps in it. And then we got a blind second shot over this nest of bunkers. All right, I think a 9-iron will be enough. It's uphill a bit, but I think this will do it. Yeah, I think in terms of the trees, he really kind of nailed it. Okay, so we got a little hollow left of the green there. Looks like we're kind of returning to the open area here. Even though I haven't zoomed out and inspected the routing, I'm able to kind of get a sense of where he's been leading us on this routing here. We started out in the open area, and then we kind of went through some hilly parts, and then through some more wooded areas, and now it looks like we're kind of heading back to the sort of open plains that are further away from the ocean. Okay, so then we kind of got this. It looks like what we did there is we kind of played out to the other side of this ridge, and now we're kind of playing back to a green. Like, so you can see this ridge here. We kind of played that it's kind of dividing the part of the course we were playing from where kind of like the first few holes were, and now we're kind of like playing alongside it. Um, So just in you know, really making use of the topography that's there to begin with. Okay, so we got another short par 4. So obviously we're playing for placement off the tee. I'm curious what I mean. I would guess that this is a like a chipping swale there, and the green's kind of oriented to accept a shot from the right, but you know, it is a wedge, so I think we should be okay if we play out to the left. Famous last words. Yeah, so we gotta play blind over that shoulder of the shoulder of that ridge there with the bunker set into it. I think we gotta go full pitching wedge here. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you really have much of an advantage if you play down the right on this, to be honest. I guess you gotta negotiate this little slope when the pin's here a bit more, but I don't really see why you'd take on any of the trouble by driving right off the tee. Okay, so we just played a short par 4 now. We got a long one, 493. We got a helping wind, so that's good. Green's bunkerless. Okay, so it's kind of hidden behind a little rise there on the left, I guess. I might have extended the barren textures out a little further here just to kind of frame this on the left maybe a bit more. Okay. So the green's kind of got a hump in the middle of it. So it seems if you're coming in from the left, you got to deal with predicting how your ball's going to kick off the the slope in the front there. You can still, it still gives you a play, but it's just a little harder to judge. And if we play out to the right, we got to putt it over this hump. Yep, these greens are definitely not. They're definitely not very wild, which I don't know is kind of interesting in comparison to the fairways, because the fairways have a decent amount of movement. Okay, so we got a par 3. This kind of feels a little similar to one that we played already. I can't remember which one it was. No, not a good swing. But yeah, I wish I had the courage to design a more understated course. I keep telling myself I want to do that, but I just kind of can't help myself. Yeah, I mean, these greens are by no means boring. Oh boy. That one got away from me. Alright, yeah, so we can see we're playing alongside one, and I think we're going to swing around and come back that way. Okay, long par 4. All kinds of bunkers littering the fairway. I mean, I think the play here is to just hit the fairway somehow. So I think if you play left, you don't have to deal with this like this ridge kind of obstructing your second shot, making it partially blind. Oh, I think we missed right. Yep, we missed right. Yeah, again, green's kind of in a little saddle here. Pretty, it's a neat green site. I don't think it's really one we've seen before on this course. Okay, 18, long par 4. I kind of like how there's the uninterrupted look to the green, and it's kind of tempting you to go straight at the flag where the bunker is, but that's not carryable. It looks like the further right you go, the more of a hanging lie you get, and this green kind of calls for a fade a little bit more, but you've got the ball above your feet the further right you go. Well, we left ourselves with an easy chip. Alright, we'll end with a cheesy chip and birdie. Um, that was an enjoyable round of golf. A nice round to ease into the weekend with a cup of coffee and a round at Grovey's latest. Yeah, not much to add other than what I said already. I really like how the holes just kind of they just look like they belong in their environment. I think the trees and stuff, the choices of trees was really good. Um, yeah, like I think it had a really good sense of place, and yet there was zero object usage. Did it even have a clubhouse? I didn't even see a clubhouse. Um, but that's kind of how Adam does it. He doesn't really care for putting in like all the other extra stuff, um, which does make it challenging to kind of create a compelling environment. But he manages to do that with pretty much every course he does. So yeah, I I enjoyed that course, and I think that could be a contender. So I think we'll cut it there. I got one more playthrough to do this morning, so I will take a short break, um, just to relaunch the stream. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with another playthrough.